Are you
Yes.
up for that then? Okay. Fruity things, because I've got coming up a month of talking about red fruits in perfume. So we might as well, and then can illustrate those with things that you might or might not have smelt.
Yeah.
Probably smelt most of them.
I think I've smelt. I don't think I've smelt Amberama before.
Ah,
I can't
well, let's
see
start
what
with
this
that,
one
shall we?
is. Don't know. Oh, yeah, there we are. Oh,
Ah,
yeah, just smelt
that
that one.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what that is either.
Oh, that
Ooh.
is Truth, Beauty, Freedom, Love.
Oh, is it? Okay.
In its special bottle.
That's lovely.
I just brought it up because it looks so pretty. I thought I might stick it out there. We'll start with Amber Armour,
Yeah.
which was some of these. Sometimes I forget. And I said, but somebody yesterday wanted to smell. Said, had I done anything raspberry and incense, but without rose? And I kind of suddenly remembered that this exists. So this is a raspberry amber.
Yeah. And I would have thought there was rose in there.
Because I didn't think I'd made anything with raspberry in a raspberry note without rose. And
Oh, it's good, isn't it, this?
yeah, sometimes I forget about it.
I think that this...
Very likeable.
I think that it's been a while since I've smelt this, and I think either I have developed or it has developed.
Or both of you.
Both
Well,
of us.
this will have matured.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, I mean, it's been a while since you were our
I
bottle.
like the way you
to be
said
honest.
this with italics. Well, this will have matured.
Well, I didn't want to say, and obviously you've got older. I mean, no, you have matured. I thought that you were always very grown up.
Yeah, it's really lovely, this. I think I might steal
Is there
some of you.
violet in there?
Me being me, there might well be methylione gamma in it, which is there's the violet-y thing that's in the Sophia Grossman Hug Accord. So
Right.
that's a long answer to. I could have said yes. You know, so it's not it's a violet material. It's one of the ionones. Now this is quite difficult to smell after we've smelt Amber Armour, but
Deep breaths.
yeah. And also it'll be back with you if you leave it for a while, because this is a kind of proper base. It takes a while to lift, and then it's definitely there. But this is raspberry ketone.
Oh, really?
So interesting that normally I can really smell it, and now I just can't after smelling the Amber Armour.
Yeah.
Mostly smell the alcohol at the moment. I think it's in
Leave
alcohol.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, these are all in ethanol now. So yeah. Yeah, I would normally say wave it around a bit and then wait. So what I have, and now I really am going to dip a tiny amount just on the end. Since I'm on the theme of raspberries now. So I can be, we're northern. We probably have to pronounce it differently. You can say it for the southerners.
What?
Raspberry.
Raspberry.
You see?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes people from overseas genuinely
Raspberry.
don't understand us,
Raspberry.
and especially when Harry's here, he just goes so quickly.
Raspberry.
Somebody wrote to me last week, and he said
Interesting,
he was considering joining the, one of the inexpensive programs. He said, but would I have translations done and subtitles for all the videos? And I said, just genuinely, I can't afford it. I can't afford to pay someone to translate all the videos and put subtitles on.
Translate them into different languages?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, but...
Although, I think YouTube does have an automatic
Yeah, that's what I
thing,
think.
doesn't
I
it,
mean,
for
that's the thing. I said, you're better off watching them on YouTube that automatically does that for you, because I can't afford to do it to put it on the Patreon, the Scenthusiasm.
You know the raspberry thing, raspberry
Yes.
raspberry.
Yes,
Is that all Southerners say raspberry?
I think so.
I think
Because
yeah.
that is that is a word that I just.
Unless very, very posh ones say raspberry.
Raspberry. You could say raspberry.
Raspberry.
I'm gonna send Owen a message and ask him to send me a message of him saying raspberry.
Okay.
Because I'm
He's
sure
Southern.
that, for example, he would say
How do
Get
you
Grace.
say raspberry? Raspberry.
Just raspberry.
Raspberry.
Yes.
Raspberry.
I don't put the P and the B in, not raspberry, but
That was Scottish.
raspberry. Aye. Yes. We'll call it framboise. For that is French.
Right.
It's genuine. He's going to send us a message.
Hopefully we'll.
If he's with Grace, get Grace to say it as well. 'cause
I'm
that'll-
sending Grace a message as well.
That would be beautiful.
There we go.
Okay, so Owen, who works for Oz's friend of Arthur, is married to Grace now, and Grace is get the London look. Grace is the voice of Rimmel.
Oh really?
She is, yeah.
Wow.
She genuinely is.
Yeah.
So if Grace says it, it'll sound wonderful.
Wow.
Here we are. She's sending it me now.
Raspberry. Raspberry. Raspberry.
You see?
There we go. Right.
Oh, that's worth a fortune. Okay.
Thanks. I'll explain later.
Right. Okay. This
Yeah.
raspberry leaf absolute.
yeah.
Yes. So this is.
Raspberry leaf absolute.
Yes. It's actually it sometimes comes off it comes out as feuille de framboise absolue, but because I like saying it like that. But
It's just
Well-
like the least raspberry thing ever,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it doesn't smell like raspberries. It's
No.
it's quite green and jammy.
very
but it's-
green. Yeah, dense. It's very dense, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's exactly that.
So
right.
I like putting a little bit of that in to make it go.
It's almost iris, like a bit irisy, like more like the natural iris.
Yeah.
And now
But
I'm
if you
getting
put- what are you getting?
the other one that we just had that I couldn't smell, the
raspberry
raspberry
ketone.
ketone. That's going through now.
Yeah, and if you
Oh,
put
yeah.
those two together,
Mm.
see, then I like that. That's what I normally do.
Mm.
If I'm going to do something with raspberries.
Yeah, so the
Um,
raspberry's quite sort of like a watery, fresh, sweet raspberry, and then this leaf is dense and
So I will spray.
almost funky.
I should have probably got. Well, I've got a lot that has that combination in, but Tokyo Spring Blossom. Probably my favourite is Babylon Sunset, but the one that I have brought is this one. Which actually,
So this was
Arthur's
one
busy.
of my
There you go.
first ever fragrances that I bought from you, I think.
oh,
When it was Urura's Tokyo Cafe. Is that
Ah.
right? Or is that the other one?
this is that is a Tokyo Spring Blossom now.
Uh-huh.
New York's always been New York,
Yeah,
So
New
this
York, yeah.
so this is New York.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I did. Tokyo's not up here, so I did New York. You listen to Owen saying.
Owen's just
raspberry.
replied to me.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, mate. Raspberries. Or, you know, I've just got a pallet of raspberries.
There you go.
That's very helpful. Okay. Yes, let's use all the resources at our disposal.
Yeah, that's
So-
pretty.
New York 55. I've used. He's away now. Raspberries and strawberries. Strawberries.
Raspberries.
Raspberries and strawberries. But while we're on, before we finish on the raspberries, trying to get them out here. I don't know what makes that squeaky noise out there in the wind, you know. I think it's the neighbour's roof terrace.
Yeah.
For we're in the kind of street where neighbours have roof terraces.
Nice. And great front doors.
Oh yeah, nice little front doors.
Yes.
That's the thing. Did I bring up the brackenberry? Yes. Brackenberry's quite red berries as well.
I was just telling I said that I was just sat on a bench with the
Yeah,
with the
Mary.
lady, Mary, the old lady. She was saying how much she's always lived in Brackenbury, and I was saying that you have got a perfume called Brackenbury. She
Yeah.
should knock on the door one day and smell it.
Okay. Yeah, she probably should. We'll give her a bottle. Yes. That went down quite well last
Thank you.
week at Ifrit as well.
What,
So-
Brackenbury?
Yeah, but
Oh, God, it's good.
Hammersmith went down best.
Oh wow.
That is good, isn't it? Oh,
That is very raspberry,
A
isn't
little
it?
bit bubble gummy.
Yeah.
oh, so good.
Okay, so what this is technically natural.
Right.
This is made by Berthe, which I have to say like that, and it
Wow.
is a natural, but it's not made out of raspberries necessarily. It's made out of. So this is a recreation.
Yeah.
Again, but this is more of the kind of thing. It is legal for perfume, but it's also used as a flavour for people who want to say
I was
that
gonna
the sweets they're all natural flavourings.
Right.
Raspberry all natural flavour doesn't mean it's made from
Yeah.
all
Raspberries.
This is that blue Slurpee drink, isn't it? It's like
Oh yeah,
full
It's a bit
on
like
Mr.
that.
Slushy.
sweet, yeah,
It is a lot, that, but it's really lovely.
sugary.
So I've not used that in
It smells
anything
like
yet.
tooth decay.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so fun.
It is.
Whatever you do, it's got to be frivolous and silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. What, like flappers?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Could be, because, yeah, did they have chewing gum in those days?
I don't know.
Yes. I'm going to go with
I'm
yes.
gonna go with yes. Absolutely no idea.
I'm going to go with yes. I
know
think
people chewed
mastic gum.
mastic and
What I
yes,
chew.
your thing, and frankincense.
People chew frankincense. I'll get on the
It's like this. The hand just comes out these days. Like, it's like that. You put 10 pence in and it goes.
I'll get on the fact checking.
Okay, when was chewing gum invented?
That smells really familiar.
Oh,
So that is Brackenbury.
Okay.
So
I don't know
that
if I've ever smelled it, but it smells quite familiar.
yeah. Well, on the other hand, it smells a lot like several of mine. All kind of put together.
What's
I
this
made
again, sorry?
Brackenbury.
Oh, yeah.
This is the one dedicated to the area we are currently occupying. Brackenbury, like
It's
that's
nice.
the
It's
little
like a
street.
mixture of woods and fruits and yeah, it's like
Exactly. I mean, it's actually got tobacco in it, and it's garden shed, and round here the little workers' cottages that we've been looking at that now are out of the affordability
Workers'
of your average workers.
price
Yeah,
range.
workers' price range. But it is back then they'd had a little fruit tree in every garden, and they would be growing their own berries, and so it's like rose, a little bit of rose.
Yeah.
That's the roses, berries, woods, tobacco, of course.
Yeah.
Having a bit of a smoke in the pipe in the shed.
It's really, really,
it's
really,
really
really
nice.
nice. When was the Wrigley Company founded?
Ooh.
Wrigley's gone.
And sorry, I'm just I'm being really. I did 1917. I don't know when was it.
Got a guess?
1921.
1891. So chewing gum.
Chewing gum's in.
Yeah. And actually before that, Adams and Sons in New York was founded in 1871. So it's quite old, chewing gum.
It is.
It's been around.
Okay. And what was it supposed to be for? Did they have? Was it the
Chewing?
fun? They had like
Yeah, I don't.
health. Keep your maybe it was to make your jaw more muscular. Maybe it was to
Yeah.
exercise so you could
Well,
build up muscles.
that's why I chew.
So it wasn't enough. No,
It's true,
Is
it
it?
is. Genuinely.
This reminds me of the Fleur de Russie? Or
There's Cuir de Russie and there's Fleur de Cuir.
Fleur de Cuir. It reminds me of Fleur de Cuir. a
Is
little
it? Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
And so this thing about the osmanthus, which the Fleur de Cuir is made from,
Yeah.
is that it smells quite dried apricotty.
Yeah.
So this is actually a synthetic, which is also very nicely biodegradable. Fructolate And fructolate, well, I bought it because it had written on it that it says it smells like it'll give wafts of apple and raspberry.
Right.
So
yeah.
I bought it for that. But I've read since it like just miles of things that you can. It'll smell of different things when
Yeah.
you put it with other.
Now you say apple,
materials.
I can see that.
Mm. It's a bit more like. I think it's like
cidery.
blackberry and apple crumble.
Mm.
But it's very useful and it's not very expensive. And it's lovely. I mean, this is the thing that people say about, oh, I don't want cheap synthetics. And they're like, just because it's not expensive doesn't mean it isn't great. Because fructolate is a great thing to use because it doesn't add buckets of
There's nothing
pounds to the price.
nasty about it. It's,
No.
it's quite interesting.
Yeah. If people say to me, you don't use nasty chemicals, do you? I say, you know. I say, no one uses the nice ones. And I think fructolate is one of them. Hello, Arthur.
It was for the flavour.
Yeah.
But it was actually earlier than that.
Go on.
Chewing gum started being sold commercially in America in 1848.
Right.
Having Native Americans had been chewing spruce from as far back as the 1600s.
Ah.
The first commercially available chewing gum was spruce flavoured,
Ah.
and then it was made out of paraffin wax.
Didn't it? Guess first. Family hold back, Arthur. What's going on, like? Right. He's off.
Oh wow. That's a childhood memory of something in the woods or the fields. It's a particular bush, like a gooseberry or something. It's
It's not a
nice.
blackcurrant bush by any chance, is it?
Maybe, yeah.
So Madeleine de Proust,
He said,
you know that phrase?
there's something in the
Like it's
bush.
green and it's
Yeah, Divine Comedy.
acidic, kind of sourish, but
Okay.
yeah.
So this is called Cassis Base 345B.
Mm.
And that is... Cassis is French for blackcurrant.
Yeah.
So...
It's a blackcurrant bush.
Yeah. That's what they're after.
Yeah.
That is what they're aiming for.
That is a natural though, is it?
No.
Oh, it's a
No,
base.
it's not. It's a base.
Yeah.
And the base is not a base note, but it is a blend of materials to recreate the thing that they're after recreating.
Really interesting, that one.
Yes.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, it unlocks lots of memories for you.
I was being human. I went and sniffed out of the top of the...
Good job you're not being
It's
filmed.
yeah, it's a very good thing. No one will ever see that.
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
Mm.
Humans just sniff everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
But tiny man.
Ooh. Is that the vetiver? Is it? It's got that smoky feel. It's got that barbecue.
Bollocks. I mean, sorry. I mean,
Uh-oh.
You got it on your nose.
yeah, I got my nose. I got the. I've had to take.
Smells like
I'll get a
barbecues
spot on my
again.
Does it? That's
What
interesting.
is it?
Black currant bud, absolute.
I think
This
though.
is the ridiculous amounts of money natural version of the black currant.
I think though this is very different when it's diluted because it gets a lot more blackcurranty when it's diluted. Yeah, when it's at 100%. Yeah.
Oh, and as an official, not to today, I do have the diluted version that I got out ready and forgot.
I can sort of get the fruitiness underneath the smokiness, but
But it is made from the buds.
yeah.
So it's
okay.
not actually made from fruit because they're too watery.
Right.
I almost got away with it there.
You miss it when it's gone. Oh yeah.
So this is it diluted. But it is generally known to be... Will you pass me a bottle of ethanol, please, Arthur? Thank you. It is known to be quite cap, you see. That's,
Yeah, I
that's
can
a
see that.
technical
Yeah.
term.
Mm.
Quite cap. What does that mean?
Cat pissy.
Oh, cat.
Yes. Pisse de chat.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. I want to wipe the black currant bud off my nose, because if you get, it's the trouble with the 100% strength things, that if you get them on your skin, you get a spot. I don't want a spot on the end of my nose, which is why you've got to be very careful. So it's a good thing I did that bong, and then I could show.
Yeah.
And then teach everyone.
Yeah, that's right. Don't do what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, so that still has a smokiness to it to me.
Right.
And of course, Rosa Rebus, which we pronounce in the way that.
Was that Rebees?
We used to have. Anastasia used to work for us, but she had to move away because she, her, I think husband now, Michael, got a job, which was better paid than this, so he got priority, and off they went down to Brighton. And but the thing was that Michael's Geordie, and she's Russian, and so her accent was just the best.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
yeah.
Russian
Yes.
Geordie.
So it's just the thing like, oh, was a dubious in this brilliant cross of Geordie Russian.
Yeah.
So we couldn't not pronounce
Her
it.
legacy lives on
Yes.
through Rosa
Oh,
Rebees.
no! If we would try to surprise her with something, so that she, on purpose, she would say, "Whoa, no!" And Anastasia, if you're watching this, we love you, we miss you, we want you back. So,
Yeah, this is this got inones in it?
yes. So this is the rosary base, which is rose, blackcurrant, yeah. And it says raspberry.
Very fruity, very full-bodied, and it's very fun.
Yeah. Well, I really, really, really like Ribena, so it's in honour of that, basically. And they used to do a raspberry version, so maybe they still do. I used to like it when it had 7 sugars per glass, and then it was exposed as outrageous, and they said sorry and stopped it and turned it into something a bit disappointing.
We reformulated it.
Yes, to make it healthy. There's nothing wrong
/
with.
carcinogenic.
Oh, it's back. Or maybe it's
The
a
Chinook.
different helicopter. Yeah. It just goes round. It just goes round every.
Well, there's the helipad, isn't there, just down there? London's.
There's one in Battersea.
That's the one I'm on about.
Okay. I suppose Hammersmith's not that far from Battersea if you think about
Not
it.
really.
I'm not sure it's big enough to land a Chinook.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I don't think it goes from there.
No, it
He
doesn't.
just comes for a ride every week, see how we're getting along.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Cherry Who. I don't know
Oh
if
yes, you sent
Did
me
I send
some.
you it?
Yeah.
Good. So, cherry, there isn't a material which exists just like, here's cherry, use that. There was at one point a CO2 extract of dried cherries. But I think they made one batch and then nobody bought it, so they stopped. Some things are just too expensive to keep going with. So I made Cherry Who for our Korean distributor who really wanted a cherry fragrance. I'm loving the shadows these are making. So, but yeah, I'm quite pleased with that.
Yeah.
Didn't really just make a cherry.
Wonderful.
Very
It's-
pretty, isn't it?
It really takes me back to a few summers ago when you made it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've smelt it since then.
So it was to be a cherry, fruit and flower and woods, the lots, like the orange tree, but but it's funny because Harry and I were both making cherries at the same time, and Harry's formula is like 90 times longer than mine, and mine's like, that smells like cherries, I'm stopping, why would I put more in? But it's got the orris influences, and it's got like benzaldehyde almond influences, and the raspberry stuff. So
Yeah,
you put 3 together, and you will come out with
it's lovely.
Thank you. Oh, I say yeah. I didn't mean to both say yeah. It's lovely. Yeah,
It is though. It is.
Thank you.
So,
It has gone down pretty well. And yeah, just a couple of strawberry materials. I think we probably just maybe 1, 2, 1. So the one that you use if you're going to go with straight to the source. It's known as strawberry aldehyde. It's not an aldehyde. Also, I think it's called C18, but it's still not an aldehyde. It was. He's been figured.
You've been well behaved now.
You are. Right.
Thank you.
Oh.
So very creamy strawberries. It's actually called ethyl-3-methyl-3-phenyl glycidate.
And I want to eat it.
Let's see if it's edible. I think it's
It's another one that smells a bit bubblegummy.
Yeah, and I think
I
what it
wonder if
is
that would work with that, the other bubblegummy one, the fruit, that's a natural but not made of raspberries.
The raspberry. Oh, I have to
Yes,
remember
let me see
That
which
would
one
work
this is.
Together, I think.
Where is it?
Is it? That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got like pictures. It's if you look at it on the strips, it's transparent. Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, I would say. I tell you what, why we think it's bubblegummy. I think it's because it's used to flavour bubble gum. So actually, the
There we go.
bubble gum is ethyl-methyl-phenyl glycidate, as opposed to the other way around.
Yeah.
But then when you smelt it, you wouldn't normally go, oh, this bubble gum's really. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so like your mouth starts, or it's almost like your mouth feels like it's going to start watering like it does when you chew gum.
Yeah. Yes, so the
It's
anticipation.
got this powdery feel to it as well.
And so then the next one is a strawberry base called fraise, and we've probably been going nearly long enough, haven't we, Arthur?
We're all
Very long enough.
Yep.
It's got a really silly lid on it. Smell the cat.
Yeah.
It's actually, it's more.
Ooh. Oh no,
It's-
that's bubble gum.
So this is fraise by Firmenich. It's very good.
Really
It's
nice.
usually very expensive. But it is. It's very. It's almost more strawberry than strawberry. It's like strawberry, intense strawberry.
But it's not
Flavouring.
natural at all. It's strawberry flavour, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
So yeah.
sugary strawberry,
Yeah.
but in a good way.
And so, let's see if I can do this trick Alex taught me. Yes! And there's only... Right, I haven't used much of this, so I shouldn't need to dip very far. Further than that, though. Has only been... What have I been using this for, then? Here we go. Tiny little drip. This is... Again, this is a Frankenstein's monster, natural... You know, made up of components. They were alive when they were put together, but I mean they are natural. He's off. Absolute last one.
Oh yes.
Okay.
What a good one to finish on.
Wow.
So this is the Robertet strawberry.
It smells wet and juicy.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like you've taken a load of strawberries and mashed them all up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
get ready to like putting in the bottom of a
Yeah.
trifle or something.
Really, really,
A
really,
little bit of
really
sugar
nice.
added, not a lot, just a little.
Oh,
Yeah.
so nice.
It's quite amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Well done,
I
Robert.
feel like we need a little bubblegum accord in our perfume.
I can see you going that way. I can see us going that way. I can see me making that happen for you. What perfume?
Yeah, what perfume? I don't, oh, sorry. Just
Yeah. Okay.
mm,
Right then. That's quite a lot of strips.
mm,
Yep.
amazing.
That is a lot of sniffage has occurred
I'm
this
going to
afternoon.
give people a very quick glimpse of what happens to.
Oh yeah, yours.
There we go.
Oh, you had not organised them very well, have you?
Actually, this is the least. This is what normally
opposed to that.
happens with Arthur's is that he makes little. We've smelt so many. He hasn't had time to make sculptures out of them. They're normally all folded up and. Oh yes, that is
Bit of
actually.
origami.
That's actually quite neat. Because when we go back and say, "Have you got that one?" we look over and Arthur's are just like.